Kevin, things are good. Congratulations, the footage looks amazing.
Thank you.
So the movie comes out in November.
November 8th.
So just sort of turning our attention to another Avenger, let's talk about where are we at with the next one, Cap.
Well, the next one is named Captain America, and as we revealed last year in this hall, the name of the movie is Captain America: The Winter Soldier. We have not finished filming yet. We have one more week to go.
Okay.
But some people came by and wanted to say hi.
You want to bring him in?
The directors of Captain America: The Winter Soldier, Joe and Anthony Russo. We're going to bring them all out as Brock Rumlow, Frank Grillo, as Agent 13, aka Sharon Carter, Emily Van Camp. You remember Agent Maria Hill? Yeah. Cody Smulders. Introducing for the first time anywhere on stage for Marvel, Sam Wilson, aka the Falcon, and Mackie. He used to go by the name Bucky Barnes. He now goes by the name Sebastian. He's the Avengers boss. He's really all of our bosses. Samuel L. Jackson. Natasha Romanoff, Scarlett Johansson. And the super soldier, Steve Rogers, Captain America.
Hey, welcome you guys. Welcome to Comic-Con 2013. Captain America. Chris, we'll start with you. You've done this a few times now. You've been in the cap suit a few times now. How does it feel each time you go back and put it on? Is it a piece of you now?
Well, it's getting better every time I put it back on. You know, it's satisfying knowing that the movies are good. You know, it'd really be a problem if the franchise you were stuck with wasn't making good products, but it turns out Marvel knows what they're doing. So every time you put the suit back on, you get really excited and you can't wait to see what they're going to do.
How do you think Steve feels? Do you think he's adjusted yet? He's sort of anachronistic. You know, is he feeling comfortable yet in our world?
Well, he's getting there. I mean, he's not. It's not so much about his shock with technology. He's not like, oh, internet. You know, I mean, it's more about the societal differences with the 40s to today. I think he comes from a world where people are a little more trusting, and I think the threats weren't as deep. And you know, the world we live in right now, it's harder to know what's right and wrong and what's good and bad. In the 40s, I think we can all agree Nazis are bad. It's pretty clear.
They're still bad, by the way.
Yeah. That's black and white. But today, it's harder to know who's right and who's wrong. And sometimes the actions you have to take to prevent certain threats compromise some of our civil liberties or our privacy. And I think that's tough for Steve to swallow. Right?
Scarlett, I think I'm super excited to see Natasha. How integral to the story is she, and how much a part of Winter Soldier is she?
Integral, very, very. Right, Kevin?
Yes, I mean, she and Chris share this movie in a big way.
I think that, obviously when we find these characters, it's in real time, so we've been working together for, a couple of years, and, they have a shorthand between them. They're really kind of partners, they're running go tasks together, they're running missions together, all this stuff. So these two characters, we didn't really see a lot of interaction between them in Avengers, now have this relationship that they've built, which I think is an opportunity for us to kind of see a little bit more of a, I don't want to say the civilian side of Natasha, but we get to see how she is in a more kind of casual working relationship with somebody. And so you get to, it kind of breaks down the barriers of her kind of, this wall that she's put up a little bit. And you learn, you learn more about her each time.
Would you say there's more fighting about the same fighting for her from Avengers to this movie?
This film is gritty. It's got a lot of, it's kind of some down dirty knuckle bearing fighting and all that stuff. So we're really, there's a lot of action in this one.
I mean, character-wise, she knows the world. She is a child of this world that she's in. What is her relationship to Steve, with that in mind?
I think that, they have a sort of, they're kind of unexpectedly similar, not similar, but
I'd say it's like an odd couple, I think we each have pretty different approaches to morality. And I think that makes for an interesting dichotomy in this movie, in this relationship, because they need one another.
They learn from each other as well,
Yeah.
Dichotomies are sexy. I tell you what.
I like they learn from one another. Woo woo. Education.
Biotic.
Yeah.
You want to know that one? Yeah, get it.
Sam has a much better vocabulary.
Sam, let's talk to Sam for a second. Sam Jackson. Nick Fury. How does it feel every time the eye patch goes on and then you're in Nick Fury mode?
Pretty bad.
How does he view all of these people? Does he view them as his children or co-workers? Does he feel responsible for them?
They're co-workers, subordinates in a sense, instruments of justice in another way, tools, people that he cares about. I mean, he has a different relationship with everybody. He and Steve have a way of talking because they're both warriors. He knows the world he came from as a soldier because he was soldiering around that time, so they can talk in that way. But he also knows that he has this black and white thing about who's the enemy, who are the good guys. He's in a world now where some of those enemies or people that he perceived as enemies may now be our comrades, and he doesn't know how that happened or how that works. But that's the gray area that sort of S.H.I.E.L.D. and people in the shadow world like Natasha and I work in. Almost everything comes out of Nick Fury's mouth's a lie anyway. So. Sometimes he has to figure out, am I lying to myself too? So there's always that. But it's pretty cool.
Do you think he really? Because I always feel like, oh yeah, he always knows what's going on. Do you feel like he always knows what's going on, or is he good at faking that he always knows what's going on?
He has a very good idea of what's going on, but his paranoia keeps him from believing what's going on, or if that's really, that way or this way. So he kind of goes around the corner to see what's really happening.
Yeah. I want to talk to Sebastian for a second. We'll definitely have time for questions. So tell us a little bit about what's going on with this idea of the Winter Soldier and Bucky, and how are you feeling, and how did you fit in?
I felt great. I said, I was very happy when I found out that the story was going to come to life on screen, and I mean, the story.
Yeah, we know. Actually, that's what I want to ask you about, Kevin. How close is this sticking to the Brubaker arc of Winter Soldier, and where did it?
It's pretty close. It's pretty close in the specifics as they relate to Bucky.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah.
And many people in this room have read the story. It's not a twist who he was. I introduced him in both names. In the movie, though, it's a surprise to Cap, and that's what matters. It's Cap's confidence. And if there are people in the audience who don't see it coming and they go to the theater, even better. But it's really, the surprise is for Cap.
Great. Anthony Mackie. Tell
What up, no? Sorry, that was a New Orleans thing.
It is welcome. Tell us about the Falcon. Tell us what's going on and what you're supposed to do. Falcon.
Oh, well, I'm introducing the Falcon, Sam Wilson. I have wings and guns. Right? That's all you need, right? When you go to the grocery store, don't you want wings and guns? That's what I got. So, you know, me and Cap go out and give him the business, give her some business, definitely give him the business. We just handing out business for 2 hours. That's what we do. Captain America 2. That rhyme. Album coming out this summer.
Kevin, with the Russos, what was it about the Russos that made you say, like, these are the guys to tell the story of the Winter Soldier?
You know, at Marvel, we've always been rewarded when we hire people who've done really clever, interesting things. They don't have to be the exact same thing we are going to hire them to do, but these guys have been part of shows called Arrested Development, Community, and I kept seeing their name pop up again and again, and you want to hear me talk about it, or you want to just show me why I hired them? Show you guys? Let's show you why we hired them.
How did you...
I don't know, we're still trying to figure out how we got him to do the movie, but he's fantastic in it. It was amazing because, you know, the movie is really based on, its tone is derived from 70s political thrillers, and he started so many of the great ones that really having the film really makes it feel like it's come full circle.
Yeah, and so how are you guys bringing this story? I mean, this is on such a huge scale from other stuff that you've done. What was the task, daunting or exciting, or how did it feel?
It's fun. I mean, we keep saying it's the best job we've ever had. I mean, I started collecting comic books when I was 10, so to be able to come and present this footage at Hall H is like it's a dream come true for us.
Just really quickly, I wanted to hear from the last couple of panels down. Kobe, welcome back. Where is Maria Hill in this story?
I'm sorry?
Where is Maria in the story?
Well, you know, S.H.I.E.L.D. is picking up where we left off after the Avengers, after the Battle of New York, and the world is still sort of reeling from the reveal of superheroes and aliens, and so S.H.I.E.L.D's trying to find its place within this new world, and Hill's working with Fury again, and we're trying to keep everybody in check. There's some new people coming on board. And Maria's part is to sort of, I can't reveal too much, it's very hard to talk on these panels. But it's basically trying to find our way in this new world where we find ourselves.
So speaking of new, Emily, with Agent 13, tell us, you know, how did it feel coming into this sort of pre-existing structure of people who would work together in story? What's it been like for you?
Oh, it's been awesome. I mean, I would be lying if I said it wasn't a little bit intimidating, you know, but, you know, it was an awesome experience. It's a great character to play. We had a lot of fun with it, and really we're just sort of introducing this character, so, yeah, I mean, like, again, we can't say too much, but it's been awesome.
Same for you, Frank? Brock Rumlow.
Yeah, you know, it's you know, I think Anthony Mackie made reference to how he was kicking a lot of butt. I don't know what movie he was in.
I just saw Captain.
I was in a different movie. No. So we can't say much, but it is.
That was you, right? That was your fist on his face.
All right.
Continue. I'm sorry. Continue.
Yeah.
Continue, Playboy.
No. It's a lot of fun, and that's as much as I can say, I guess.
Okay, excellent. Well, you guys, thank you all so much for being here today. The footage you brought was amazing. Say hi to everyone. A huge round of applause for Captain America, Winter Soldier. Everyone, thank you so much for coming. And there'll be massive photo opportunities over there in the corner. There they go. Captain America.